What's your message to the youth that want to lead and that see themselves leading in the future?
I would say I would ask them why.
Hmm.
I believe leadership is in all of us, but I would ask them why. I think it was Abraham Lincoln said, "You want to see who a person is, give them power or money, or and both." So you can see who a person truly is off power and money. That's that's a dangerous place. I've seen people who were so humble, they get a position and it just goes to their head and just like
That's so true. That's so true.
I'm like, but the problem with that is when you lose it, and they will lose it, it's gonna crush them.
Hmm.
You have nothing to back you because that's what you made your identity in. So you're only identified in that sector.
Okay. What's your definition of a season? Because I hear you say season a lot. What's your definition of a season? And what does that mean to you?
A temporary moment.
Hmm.
So I talk about don't make permanent decisions in seasons of your life. So seasons change. Seasons from even being extremely well. Sometimes you're gonna have 6 seasons. You're gonna have seasons of happiness. You're gonna have seasons of depression, sorrow. We have seasons of joy. You're gonna have seasons of I really want to get it, and seasons like where you really don't feel like it. But you got to remember it's just a season.
What do you say to those who are in their seasons, whether it be long term or short term, where they feel like they are stuck and there's a wall and they need to get over it, but they don't know how to get over that wall yet?
Well, I would say clarification on there's no such thing as a long term season.
Okay.
Season is the season. And I also believe that you dictate how long you're in a season. If you're in there for a longer period of time, I say you need to reevaluate your strategy while you're there, right? Like people be like, I just can't get over this depression. I can't. Like, what are you listening to? What is your algorithm? Let me see your social media because generally what you click on and view so many times or what you search, that's what the algorithm picks up. What you talk about, and so you could change all that by opening your phone right now, get on TikTok and type in videos of joy, and then you do it on Instagram, you do it on Facebook, and then you go type in videos of peace and do that, and you comment, hit like and stuff like that. You just do that on 10 of them. It's going to change the whole algorithm around to where that's all it starts sending you. So I would tell somebody it's up to you how long you want to stand this season per se.
How do you prepare yourself for life? Like, how do you prepare yourself for like the next step or the next season, or do you, or could you predict a season? How do you prepare yourself if you predict a season?
Well, I would say preparation is all off like where you're going, right?
Mm.
So because my daughter's in the house right now, she's about to graduate in December as an occupational therapist. It would be foolish of her to be preparing herself to be a plumber, right?
Okay, yeah.
Because her next season of her life is she graduates and she's going to be an occupational therapist.
Okay.
So it's like, do you know where you're going? And if you know where you're going, then that should help you with your preparation. Like, do you know where you want to go? Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say. Your preparation is based off your vision. And if you don't have a vision, then get back to the basis of like, where do you want to go?
What's your message to those who feel like they have one person that make a potential, not a potential tension, actual tension in their life when they feel with that, and they drag them down and make them feel stuck? How do you? What's your message to them uh, to overcome that person or to let that person go?
Repeat it again.
Like, if there's a person that creates a potential tension or actual tension in your life
Hmm.
that is blocking you from being successful or just uh, evolving in your own life, or the word what I'm trying to say is like be better yourself or
Right.
evolve or be set better, like, or improve yourself. That's what I'm looking for. Improve yourself. There's that person that is creating the tension in your life. What's your message to that person to let that person go, or what's that message to that person to let that person that's creating the tension, you know?
My question I've asked him: how bad do you want it? How bad do you want to be successful? How bad do you want to be healthy? How bad do you want emotional stability, mental joy? All like how bad do you want that? Do you want it? Do you want it more than you want actual that person in your life,
Mhm.
or do you know do? So that's the question I would ask.
Okay.
Like how bad do you really want it?
And finally, what's your message to those who want to lead who don't know that they're going to be a leader and they just like it just becomes upon them, like unprepared leaders that just take a like a position of power and don't expect it, or position of authority and don't expect it, or something like that.
Um, there's an African proverb I believe that says, um, "Know thyself," or in essence, it's saying basically be true to thyself. And so, what I would tell that leader, get to know yourself,
Mhm.
right? That's the most important person. Know what are your triggers. Know what are your insecurities. Know what your weaknesses are. What are your things that could bring you down as a leader. What causes you to grow.
Okay.
Get to know yourself, because you be so focused on trying to lead other people when you have never led yourself.
And finally, what is mentorship, or like how important is mentorship for someone my age, for someone your age? How important is mentorship for someone, for the leaders of today, or just individuals of today, or leaders of today or tomorrow, or just individuals of tomorrow? How important is mentorship for every step of your
Mentorship is key to
life?
success, but I would say to mentees or those who want to be a mentee and want to have a mentor, um, you got to be willing to shut up, to be able to just listen. You got to be willing to be able to be, um, in so many words, humiliated, because your mentor is already where you want to be.
Mhm.
And their time is very little. That's the thing. One thing they can't redeem is their time. So if they take out any time to impart into you or to do anything, like it's time to listen. And what they say might be harsh, it might be strict, whatever. However, it's important that you just humble yourself, listen, because you're trying to get where they are and where they're going in life.
All right, thank you.
All right.
That was good.
That
You
was
know,
really good.